11Alive News at 11:30 starts now. The CDC offering new guidelines today on how schools can safely reopen during the pandemic. Why vaccines are not expected to be part of the guidance. More vaccines are being tested in hopes of getting the general public inoculated faster. One of our 11Alive Reveal investigators shares why she's volunteering for a clinical trial. And getting behind the science of double masking, our Verified team is checking the facts. But first, and this is new this morning, police offering new insight into what caused a deadly crash on I-75 in Cobb County. The northbound lanes shut down for more than 7 hours. It reopened less than 24 hours ago. And now Cobb County police tell us the chain reaction fiery crash began when a driver hydroplaned around 11 a.m. yesterday between Barrett Parkway and Chastain Road and then hit a guardrail. It had been raining pretty heavily in the metro at the time. And as traffic slowed, 2 semis and another car crashed, and that set off a series of collisions involving 13 other cars. A 58-year-old man from Marietta who was in one of the semis involved was killed. Several other people injured, with some of the vehicles damaged when a fire broke out from one of the crashes. The fire, a big reason why it took so long to clear the wrecks. The crash still under investigation, and Cobb County police are asking anyone who may have had dash cam or cell phone video of what happened to share it with them. Turning now to COVID-19, teachers, students, and families waiting to learn more about the new guidelines the CDC is set to release today for reopening classrooms. Brittany Kleinpeter live outside the CDC in Atlanta for us with much more.
So today is finally the day the CDC is supposed to release new guidelines on how to safely open more schools. For the last several months, Atlanta Metro schools have been following guidelines from the CDC for both in-person and virtual learning, but as the pandemic has evolved, the agency has adapted its recommendations. The new guidelines released today are expected to focus on 5 key areas: hand washing, masking, social distancing, cleaning and ventilation, as well as contact tracing, isolation, and quarantine. A medical expert I spoke with says the new guidance set to be released today is a significant step in assembling some normalcy.
I'm looking forward to seeing these new guidelines. I'm looking forward to seeing them implemented across the country, and hopefully the teachers and employees within the school district can feel safe, and we will have our students back at school in, a more consistent fashion.
But some educators are upset the new guidance will not suggest requiring staffers to be vaccinated before schools reopen, instead suggesting that the vaccine is just a layering technique. In recent weeks, staff from DeKalb, Cobb County, and Atlanta Public Schools have held protests expressing concerns over plans to return to in-person learning. At this point, we don't know what time that those guidelines will be released today, but we will, of course, update you both on air and online once they are available.
All right, Brittany, thank you. And more schools in Georgia are shifting back to in-person learning. Next week, Clark County Schools is expected to return. The district will begin a staggered approach on Monday, with only special education students returning. More grades will slowly return to school starting in March. And next Tuesday, Atlanta Public Schools will welcome grades 6 through 12 to classrooms. Grades 3 through 5 returned on Monday. President Biden finalizing a deal to secure 200 million more doses of COVID-19 vaccines from both Moderna and Pfizer. He says that should be enough to vaccinate nearly every American. So when will that happen? Dr. Anthony Fauci says given the rate of vaccinations we're seeing, he thinks by April they'll be able to start offering vaccines to the general public.
If you look at what's going to happen as we get into March and April, the number of available doses will allow for much more of a mass vaccination approach, which is really much more accelerated than what you're seeing now. If you look at the projection, I would imagine by the time we get to April, that will be what I would call, for better wording, open season.
Vaccine eligibility varies by state. Here in Georgia, only those in Phase 1A can now access the shots. That includes first responders and those over the age of 65. Starting today, CVS is now offering vaccinations in Georgia. A dozen stores are on the list. You can try to book one online right now, but be warned, when we checked early this morning, appointments in Atlanta were fully booked. Coming up at 5 tonight, we're checking when the next round of appointments could open. And here's a look at the number of vaccines being administered in Georgia that have been administered so far. The latest data shows nearly 1.4 million doses have already gone into arms. So the graphic here says 1.3. We're going to circle back around and try to get this number confirmed for you. All right, so another 480,000 are still in freezers. That is the number in green. Taking a live look right now from our Thunder truck on this Friday morning. It is a rainy day in some parts of the metro. Meteorologist Chesley McNeil joining us live now. I say some parts, Chesley, because I looked outside of our studios here and I don't see any rain just yet. Yeah,
maybe not outside here, but take a look at noon anyway. We still have some rain coming down. This is south of the city of Atlanta, where we have the camera just inundated with some rain. It's light for the most part and has been pretty much all morning long, and we suspect it will stay that way as we head through the afternoon. You got some up here to the north as well. It's very light showers. There have been some moderate pockets here and there. Haven't seen very many lightning strikes, but you can see from Blue Ridge and Fannin County, Gilmer County over toward LJ, back through Murray County, all the way into Dayton Walker. We do have just a few light showers around, some drizzle a little bit further down to the south. That's what we're on into. So Sheba, you will be using your windshield wipers as you ride home this afternoon. Temperatures in the 40s. We started out in the upper 50s. I came in this morning. Now we're down to around 48. I think temperatures will start to heat back up just a little bit as we head into the afternoon, staying in the low 50s for temperatures this afternoon. We've already reached our highs. We hit those earlier this morning. 53 degrees by 3 o'clock. We're looking at 49 degrees with a few showers around by 7. I know you got love on your mind. How about Valentine's Day? Well, it stays soggy for us, as you can see, and cool as well. I think we'll hit a high in the low 50s, but you can see our temperatures through the day will be in the 40s with scattered showers. Sheba?
That's cute. That's cute. I can't mask how much I love you.
That's for you.
Okay. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. It is day 4 of the historic impeachment trial of former President Trump, and in less than 30 minutes now, his legal team will take the U.S. Senate floor to deliver their defense. NBC's Susan McGinnis shares what we can expect.
One side rests, the other begins. Today, Donald Trump's legal team lays out its case for exonerating the former president of inciting the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol.
The evidence they have, under no circumstances, would make out a case for incitement.
Thursday, House managers made their final attempt to convince senators Donald Trump must be held accountable for directing rioters to attack.
The president told them to be there, and so they actually believed they would face no punishment.
Showing evidence rioters would not have attacked if not for Donald Trump.
Does he not realize President Trump called us to siege the place?
They describe a president who encouraged violence not just on January 6th,
knock the crap out of him,
but throughout his presidency, and refused to condemn it afterwards.
January 6th was not some unexpected radical break from his normal law-abiding and peaceful disposition. This was his state of mind. This was his essential MO.
I'm not afraid of Donald Trump running again in 4 years. I'm afraid he's going to run again and lose, because he can do this again.
Donald Trump's attorneys are expected to call the trial political, and Republican colleagues agree.
You know, they need to take seriously their oath of office and start focusing on the American people.
Trump's legal team will also focus on his right to free speech and point out what they call past incendiary comments by Democrats. Susan McGinnis, NBC News, Washington.
This morning, Atlanta police are trying to figure out who shot and killed 12-year-old David Mack. His family says he loves sports and hanging out with his friends. That's where he said he was going Tuesday afternoon, but he never came home. His family finding him dead in the woods near his home in southwest Atlanta on Wednesday, less than 24 hours after they first reported him missing. Investigators say someone shot him many times. Glenda Mack is David's grandmother. She calls him her son because she raised him. She says someone somewhere knows what happened to him. The last words he ever said to her, "I love you."
I didn't know of anything. Anything where somebody, was angry with him and wanting to do harm to him. No.
We'll keep following this investigation and update you on 11alive.com. We've also posted the Crime Stopper number you can call if you have any information that could be helpful to investigators. Here are a few other local headlines we're following right now. First, a group of robbers forced their way into an apartment in Cobb County. Inside, a couple of adults and a 1-year-old child. It happened just after 3 this morning on Lantern Ridge Drive in Marietta. Cobb County police say 5 men entered the apartment when 2 of the residents got home from work. They say one of the home invaders hit one of the victims. They're expected to be okay. The group of men stealing cash from the residents before taking off. And a deadly scene at an apartment complex in Clayton County. Police say 1 man was found dead outside the Wingate Apartments in Forest Park around 10 last night. They say another man was shot in the foot. It's still unclear what led up to the shooting. And no bond for Daquan Reed. He's the man accused of killing 7-year-old Kennedy Maxey. A Fulton County judge making the ruling just days after Reed was extradited from Virginia back to Georgia. Kennedy was riding in the back of a car outside Phipps Plaza back in December when she was shot. She died at the hospital a week later. More COVID-19 vaccines are in development. Still ahead, we get an inside look from one of our reporters volunteering for a trial.
Fixed forecast that prepare you, not scare you. For Storm Trackers, only on 11Alive.
COVID-19 is still spreading in Georgia. Now get facts, not fear, at 11alive.com/COVID numbers. Track cases by county using our interactive map and get the latest health department data. Visit 11alive.com/COVID numbers.
Health experts fear we're just at the start of another surge.
Residents here are some of the first seniors to get the vaccine.
This epidemic can come to an end.
We do have a flash flood warning that just popped up here.
The fallout of this is just beginning.
The bigger questions are the longer legal ramifications.
Morning news should be both informative and fun.
Gone are the days where we're speaking at you. On Morning Rush, we're speaking with you.
So connect with us. Talk to us.
Think of it as a conversation.
Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
Quick, open your phone camera right now, aim it at the screen to download 11Alive's new and improved app. This QR code will take you to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy.
Morning news should be informative and fun.
Yeah, and we do that here on Morning Rush with Verify, Connect the Dots, Why Guy, and more.
We love learning about new things and sharing them with you.
We make the news make sense.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
The Negro people had to leave. They were told to get out.
White only, no black!
1912, all but one issue has been erased.
We haven't had none up here since the 1st of the century.
What's the importance of making sure this history isn't erased?
So that it doesn't happen again.
Is your morning routine feeling a little routine?
Then mix it up.
Morning Rush is different.
It's the fast-paced news you need
with all the energy of your morning coffee.
Come see the difference on Morning Rush, weekdays on 11Alive.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
Just checked on those vaccines administered in Georgia number for you. It is nearly 1.4 million doses that is confirmed. All right, so even with the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines on the market, there are still many other potential COVID-19 vaccines that need to be tested. 11Alive Reveal investigator Rebecca Lindstrom and her husband are part of a trial run by Novavax, and she's giving us an inside look at the process and why it's crucial to have more options.
Vaccines use different ingredients. Multiple methods reduce the chance of a shortage. Each vaccine also approaches COVID in a different way, so one might work better for people with severe allergies or some other side effect. Storage is also an issue. Some vaccines, like Novavax, can go in a traditional refrigerator.
We want to make billions of doses, and to rely on one or two companies To do that would be unwise.
To find those solutions, you need people willing to test the product. I will openly admit relief when I learned in this study. You'll tell me if I'm going in too far, or I'll know.
You're not, but you'll start crying.
I wouldn't have to place the swab as far back as a traditional COVID test. Okay, I can handle that.
It's not bad at all.
That makes me feel better.
Answer a couple simple questions.
But we would have to log any symptoms for 7 days after receiving each injection. Did you experience joint pain? No. And we would have to take our temperature every day for a year. Getting the science right matters, not only because I have a scientist for a husband, but because I have a 3-generation household. Kids attending school in person each morning when possible, and parents sharing a dinner table with us each night.
I guess it's a little bit of a pain to actually be a part of the solution. You know.
We'll find out.
We'll find out, yeah.
And we'll continue to follow Rebecca's journey. If you have any questions about her experience or any of the trials, let us know. You can text us at 404-885-7600. We'll get those questions answered for you.
Well, welcome to the weekend. Yeah, Friday starts the weekend, right? A little bit soggy for us. Make sure you wear the raincoat at least and the umbrella, and maybe even put a raincoat on Fido. Does anybody call their dog Fido anymore? I don't have a dog. That's why I'm saying that. You're looking at 53 degrees this afternoon, and we've already reached our high today, and those northeast winds about 7 miles per hour. A little wedge is set up, so it's a bit cool out there for this afternoon, and it will remain cool for the afternoon as well. Clouds will hang on. Whether you have the rain right now or not, it will be a very gray and wet day. We have it up to the north right now. Most of the rain, light. You can see it from Dade, Walker County, extending all the way over into Rayburn County, our northernmost counties, right up there at the border. You make your way down toward the city. You don't see much rain, but we do have the clouds, and it's already rained, so the sidewalks are certainly wet. The roadway's a little wet there as well. We'll see more move back in. It'll be off and on through the rest of the afternoon. Temperatures are in the 40s right now. We started out this morning, when I first started reporting, we were at 58. Well, we're 10 degrees cooler. Still got some 50s in the southwest corner of our viewing area. You're looking at 52 degrees in Peachtree City, LaGrange at 56, 52 also in Thomaston. I think temperatures will warm back up to the low 50s and just hover there, and then right back down again later on tonight. We're giving it a 6 out of a possible 11 today. Just not the prettiest of days, not the prettiest of weekends either. Just gotta think love or just feel it. At least, right? Cold front will make its way right on through and stall to the south of us. Really looking at how far that front goes before it stalls. If it stays close enough to us, I think that's more wet weather for us. Either way, it's going to be wet. But we're looking at just scattered light showers the further south it goes. I think we'll get some heavy rain in here, possibly if it stays in our vicinity. Thunderstorms today, if we see any, will be mainly in the southern portions of the state. None for us here, just that light rain. Here it is, our forecast track model, and you can follow along with me with the time right there at the top of the screen. It shows the light precipitation around. At times you'll catch a little brief break, and then more will come back to us, especially through the overnight. Here we are by 11:30 tonight, and through the overnight we'll keep those showers in place. Waking up tomorrow morning will be wet. 6 o'clock in the morning, you got some widespread scattered showers. That stays with us at least through about noon. There will be some moderate pockets here and there. Your higher chance for the rain will be on Saturday. The heavier rain starts to move to the east by Sunday, on Saturday night going into Sunday, and then we'll see a few showers left over early Sunday morning. I think will last through early afternoon. Then that'll get out of the way. But then the rain comes back to us as we head into Monday. So it's just going to be a soggy pattern for us for the next couple of days. The lowest chance right now looks to be on Tuesday. That's a 20% chance, but we'll still have mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures right near 50 degrees. 30% chance on Wednesday, and then heavy rain returns on Thursday. A couple thunderstorms could be around as well, as those temperatures will heat up close to 60 degrees. There you go, Sheba.
Happy Valentine's Day, Chesley. Virtual learning for some students combined with a high rate of unemployment has left many families struggling to find a reliable, healthy source of food. And starting tomorrow, Atlanta Public Schools will start distributing meals on Saturdays. It's happening in the parking lot of the Hightower Station Shopping Center from 10:30 a.m. to noon. Parents and guardians can pick up one 7-day meal kit per child. This is in addition to the district's food distribution program on Wednesdays, which includes deliveries along a designated bus route and curbside pickup at 10 school locations. The CDC recommending this week that people start double masking. Our Verify team is taking a closer look at the science behind it. Up next.
Some of the first seniors to get the vaccine.
This epidemic can come to an end.
We do have a flash flood warning that just popped up here.
The fallout of this is just beginning.
The bigger questions are the longer legal ramifications.
Morning news should be both informative and fun.
Gone are the days where we're speaking at you. On Morning Rush, we're speaking with you.
So connect with us. Talk to us.
Think of it as a conversation.
Morning Rush weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
Quick, open your phone camera right now, aim it at the screen to download 11Alive's new and improved app. This QR code will take you to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy.
Morning news should be informative and fun.
Yeah, and we do that here on Morning Rush with Verify, Connect the Dots, Why Guy, and more.
We love learning about new things and sharing them with you.
We make the news make sense.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
The Negro people had to leave. They were told to get out.
White only, no black!
1912, all but one issue has been erased.
We haven't had none up here since the 1st of the century.
What's the importance of making sure this history isn't erased?
So that it doesn't happen again.
Is your morning routine feeling a little routine?
Then mix it up
Morning Rush is different.
It's the fast-paced news you need.
with all the energy of your morning coffee.
Come see the difference on Morning Rush weekdays on 11Alive.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
Here in Atlanta, bad weather means bad traffic. A few drops of rain could destroy a commute. But that's where my man Crash Clark comes in. I go street level, he goes next level. Together, we make sure you get to work on time. Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive. Hey, quick, open up your phone camera right now. Aim it at the screen to download 11Alive's new and improved app. This QR code will take you right to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy.
Atlanta roads are my thing. ITP, OTP, Ponce, Piedmont, all the peach trees. Combined with Chesley's street level forecast, that's a lot of tech and experience to help your commute.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
We're quite the combo.
The CDC recommending this week that everyone wear 2 face masks. Jason Puckett with our Verify team is taking a closer look at the science behind this.
Let's talk about double face masks. This week's CDC guidelines and recommendations changed. Why are we talking about this? Well, masks and their effectiveness have been the center of disinformation and confusion for almost a year. So let's verify. Are 2 masks better than 1 at preventing the spread of COVID? In the new report, the CDC tested 3 mask methods to see which blocked the most particles. Now, the tests show a normal-fitting disposable medical mask blocks about 42% of particles. A normal cloth mask is slightly more snug and blocks about 44%. Things get better if you, quote, knot and tuck the mask. That looks like this. You make knots in the ear loops and then tuck the excess fabric in for a tighter-fitting mask. This method blocks about 63 to 65% of particles. Finally, they tried a double mask, a cloth mask on top of a disposable medical mask. This was most effective by far, blocking about 92.5% of cough particles. That's more than double the effectiveness of either mask alone. After this test, the CDC put out new guidance for wearing a mask. They say the more snug, the better, and recommend multiple options, including double masks or using the knot and tuck method. Bottom line, yes, CDC data shows that 2 masks, cloth and disposable, are better than 1 at preventing the spread of COVID. That's verified. They also add what not to do. They say don't double up disposable masks or double up with a KN95 mask.
11Alive is dedicated to verifying claims you might see online. If you see something that needs to be verified, send us an email at verify@11alive.com. We're hearing from Fulton County's district attorney on her criminal investigation into former President Trump's call to Georgia Secretary of State. She says the impeachment trial did not play a role in her decision to open an investigation. So in that now infamous call, Mr. Trump is heard pressuring Brad Raffensperger to, quote, find thousands of votes, enough to win Georgia in the November election. In a new interview on MSNBC, Fani Willis is providing new insight into the investigation, saying her office is looking into every detail.
Detailed facts become important, like asking for a specific number and then going back to investigate and understand that that number is just one more than the number that is needed. It lets you know that someone had a clear mind, they understood what they were doing, and so when you're pursuing the investigation, facts like that that may not seem so important become very important.
Willis also says that she has received hateful comments since opening up the investigation. Her security team has doubled, but she says those things will not deter her investigation. All right, take a look at this here. The White House spreading some love ahead of Valentine's Day. First Lady Dr. Jill Biden placing big red, pink, and white hearts on the White House lawn today with words like unity, kindness, healing, and love. The First Lady's office says she did this to send a message of hope and compassion to the country. A lot of people wondering how effective vaccines are against the new COVID-19 variants. Up next, how a biotech company is setting out to track it.
You're right to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy.
Atlanta roads are my thing. ITP, OTP, Ponce, Piedmont, all the peach trees. Combined with Chesley's street level forecast, that's a lot of tech and experience to help your commute.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
We're quite the combo.
Weather changes can make or break your day. That's why the 11Alive storm trackers are always watching what's coming next, delivering accessible and accurate forecasts that prepare you, not scare you. For storm trackers, only on 11Alive.
COVID-19 is still spreading in Georgia. Now get facts, not fear, at 11alive.com/COVID numbers. Track cases by county using our interactive map and get the latest health department data. Visit 11alive.com/COVID numbers.
Health experts fear we're just at the start of another surge.
Residents here are some of the first seniors to get the vaccine.
This epidemic can come to an end.
We do have a flash flood warning that just popped up here.
And the fallout of this is just beginning.
The bigger questions are the longer legal ramifications.
Morning news should be both informative and fun.
Gone are the days where we're speaking at you. On Morning Rush, we're speaking with you.
So connect with us. Talk to us.
Think of it as a conversation.
Morning Rush, weekdays, 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
Quick, open your phone camera right now, aim it at the screen to download 11Alive's new and improved app. This QR code will take you to the App Store or Google Play. One simple tap gives you enhanced radar, street-level zoom, and severe weather alerts. It's just that easy.
Morning news should be informative and fun.
Yeah, and we do that here on Morning Rush with Verify, Connect the Dots, Why Guy, and more.
We love learning about new things and sharing them with you.
We make the news make sense.
Morning Rush, weekdays 5 to 7 on 11Alive.
The Negro people had to leave. They were told to get out.
White only, no black!
1912, all but one issue has been erased.
We haven't had none up here since the 1st of the century.
What's the importance of making sure this history isn't erased?
So that
We're expecting NBC News to interrupt us in just about a minute here with a special report as the impeachment trial resumes for former President Donald Trump. And as we wait for that, we want to turn to a story about a biotech company tracking current vaccines' effectiveness against COVID-19 variants. Here's NBC's Scott Budman.
Increased concern about how the coronavirus is changing.
We're kind of in a race against time. We're in a race against variants.
Now, Dr. Peter Chin Hong of UCSF says it's more important than ever to vaccinate as many people as quickly as possible, because this new variant, he says, is not so easily beaten back.
With the South African variant, you have the superpower of being easily transmissible, but also that the vaccines may not work quite as well.
Which brings us to Menlo Park and